The Rangers keep stacking wins, and the A's, well, they keep searching. Let's get into it today on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily podcast on the Athletics, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Oh, what is up, everybody? Good evening. I wish it was a better evening. My name is Booney. It's one name. I am the host of Locked On A's, which is part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen of the day. I've been an A's fan for 40 years. I've seen it all. Ricky running wild, the Bash brothers juicing like crazy, the big three of Zito, Hudson, and Mulder. 2012 was something special. That thing they called Mount Davis, the saga of Howard Terminal, and now a team with no city going to Vegas where we're building a dynasty. But it's hard to really get excited about that on nights like tonight when the A's handed the ball to a rookie, Mason Barnett, for his much anticipated major league debut. And let's just say the Rangers weren't interested in being polite. Barnett lasted 4 innings, giving up 5 runs on 8 hits, a line that screams, "Welcome to the show, Rook." It wasn't all that bad for the green and gold. Rooker and Lawrence Butler went yard. Rooker actually had 3 hits, but the damage was already done. Merrill Kelly was solid. This pitching staff for the Rangers is good. Kelly had what you would consider a quality start. He went 6 innings. What was the line on Kelly, to be exact? 6 and 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 Ks, no walks, 79 pitches. He was okay. He did enough. Kept the offense mostly quiet, and the Rangers claimed the first 2 games of the series with authority, which actually give them the series win. The A's try to avoid the sweep tomorrow. It's not going to be easy as they face baseball's best, Jacob deGrom. Tonight was another lesson in growing pains, I hope, as a promising young arm took the mound in Barnett, and the offense showed flashes, right? It was of the home run ball. When we don't have anybody on base, seems like that's the only way we are scoring versus Texas's balanced attack. It looked like tonight's game looked like the same game as it was last night. No different. It looked like a dead team. It looked like an uninterested team. It looked like a dead offense. I don't know why I'm frustrated at tonight's game, given the fact that I knew we were going to have a hard time with it. Bob, we can beat Detroit, but not the Rangers. Baseball is such a crazy sport. I felt like we had a different type of feel on a different type of energy when we faced Detroit than we did Texas. It just felt like that. It felt like we were a little bit more zoned in as a team when we faced Detroit. At bats were a lot more competitive. Seemed like we were that much more into it. And when we took the field, even yesterday when we took the field against Texas, we looked like a uninterested team. Why does the outfield seem so much larger when we are on defense? Half-assed efforts in center field for the most part. With regard to Butler, I don't know. Defensively, he is what he is. He's no Gold Glove. He's a serviceable center fielder. That's about it. We're not counting on Butler for his defense, but yeah, we were hoping for a little bit more on offense. That's for sure. Geloff I mean, if you're going to point the finger at Butler, you got to point the finger at Geloff. Same old with Geloff. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. Nothing new with Geloff. Nothing new is happening with Geloff. We had 2 exciting hits to hang our hats on with regard to Zach Geloff. And for the most part, it looks to be the same old Zach Geloff, striking out a ton. 0 for 4, 3 Ks tonight. For the series, Geloff is 1 for 7, 4 strikeouts, 1 hit. What's shocking a little bit is more of Soderstrom and Langoliers. 0 for 15. 0 for 15 Langoliers and Soderstrom. Not doing much. Barnett sucks. We gave away, I wouldn't say that, Angela. I think at the time the trade made sense. Barnett had a lot of pedigree to him. 3rd round pick out of Auburn versus Irsay, who was with that being said, I liked Irsay. And you talk about somebody that could definitely help our pen, right? So I get it. We have a hitter actually in Double-A, part of that Jared Dickey, who's actually hitting the hell out of the ball, who's part of that trade as well. But obviously the main part of the trade was Mason Barnett. And he's looked bad. He's looked bad in Vegas. He's looked bad in majors. I knew he was going to get hit today. I was hoping I'd be wrong. But it is what it is. Team is dead without Kurtz. You could tell they were dead yesterday. They were dead today. I don't know if it was all Kurtz. Even when Kurtz was on the field yesterday, they didn't look like a team that was interested either. But yeah, I mean, he does bring a lot of energy to the ball club for sure. No, it looks like a handicapped team. No Kurtz. Not ready rookie pitching his heart. Not ready rookie pitching his heart out in 95-degree sack. Innings 1 through 6. Everyone's singing for solo shots rather than drawing walks or stinging hits. Yeah. I mean, what's different than the rest of the year? You're right, though, my A's. I mean, I think in series where we're competitive, though, we are having good at bats, right? We're drawing out counts. We're making pitchers work. It seems like the bad series, it seems like it's been consistent. I haven't seen stats on it or looked at stats. But yeah, series we're not too good at. Games we're not interested. We're swinging at whatever it is, not working walks and doing whatever it is. So yeah, I see your point. Do you see the close-ups they do on Butler's face? Yeah, but I mean, it's been an issue with Butler all year. Even that last one with the, it's the second time or third time this year he's been called for a hitter pitch clock violation. I don't know if you guys understand the rule on that, but I mean, the call's right on, and umpires have to call it, and they've been consistent with it. You have to call it by the second by the rule. So what it basically is when there's a runner on base, I don't believe, was there one in that situation? If there's a runner on base, by the time the pitcher catches the ball from the pitcher, the clock starts at 18. All right. So let's say pitch gets delivered, catcher catches it, pitch clock gets reset to 18. Once the catcher delivers the ball back to the pitcher and the pitcher catches it at 18, the clock starts 18, 17, 16. Now, the batter has to be in the box looking at the pitcher by the time the pitch clock hits 8. If it's not, it's a pitch clock violation against the hitter. Has to do that. Now, what Lawrence Butler can do in that situation is he can call time. He's allowed one time per at bat. He looks he has allowed one time per at bat. But he didn't choose to do that. So when he was in the batter's box at 8 and then looked up at 7, that's a strike, and that was strike 3. Angel's right. Rooker looks irritated. Rooker, I think he was talking about Butler, Tim. I think he was talking about Butler. But yeah, I don't think Rooker. Rooker seems to have that same demeanor. I didn't see anything different with regard to Rooker. But he was about the only one offensively doing anything. And when I come back, guys, I want to talk about where is the pulse on this offense all of a sudden? I mean, is my A's bias kind of right saying, hey, we're not taking the same type of at-bats we were before? We're swinging at first pitches, second pitches, that sort of thing. Let's take a look at it. I'll see you in a minute. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right means cashing in. With football back, Prize Picks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections, and you can turn your takes into real prizes, all in less than 60 seconds. I've been playing Prize Picks lately, and it's such a fun way to stay locked in for the season. It's quick, easy, and honestly, my favorite way to follow along with football. I love checking projections like Josh Allen for more or less than 270 passing yards, or Saquon Barkley for more or less than 1 rushing touchdown. And the best part, even if one of your picks misses, Prize Picks invented the flex play so you can still double your money. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB for $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. We have an important request. Locked On wants to hear from you. We have put together a survey to learn more about our listeners and make your favorite podcast even better. This is your chance to tell us what you like, what you don't, and answer questions about our advertising. Go to lockedonpodcast.com/survey to get started. Everyone who completes a survey will be entered for a chance to win one of 10 $100 Amazon gift cards. Again, that's lockedonpodcast.com/survey. You can also find the link in the show notes. Thank you very much for helping us out. Angelo, Texas does have the best ERA in baseball. Yeah, absolutely. But you got to remember, though, Angelo, a lot of that with regard to the best ERA is Nathan Eovaldi and Jacob deGrom. And don't get me wrong, Merrill Kelly and Jack Leiter, they're no picnic, but they're beatable. You know, they're beatable pitchers. We should be putting on a better show than we did. But yeah, Texas's pitching is very, very good. We face DeGrom tomorrow, which is that's going to be tough. But most of that ERA, again, is Eovaldi and DeGrom. Leiter has been magnificent his last 7 starts. He was the number 2 pick overall a few years back out of Vanderbilt. He's no joke. So, you know, I know it was his first start, but I was not impressed with Barnett. I haven't been impressed with Barnett all year, Nick, even when he was in AAA. In AAA, he got shelled. He got hit hard. I was okay with the call-up, but I was hoping we would see something different from Barnett, and it was the same old Barnett that we saw in Vegas AAA. He got hit hard. He got hit often. I actually said he would this morning. If you listen to this morning's show, I was hoping I would be wrong. One of the few times I was right. So Barnett allowed 8 hits, meaning the bullpen gave up 9. There's a discouraging factor for the offense when the pitching makes it impossible for the lineup to compete. The bullpen, for the most part, has been good. And then you also got to remember, though, last night, you know, the offense has been dead, my A's. It's been dead. Badeau gave up the, 2-run bomb there in the 9th. Newcomb gave up 2 runs in the, he gave up? The 2 runs in the 7th. But it's not like the A's were threatening at any point to make the game scary. It felt like last night's game. It felt like last night's game. And last night's game, our last hit came in the 4th inning. It was a 3-run game. It was a 3-run game. It was a 1-run game at that point. In the 4th. It might have even been tied. And the Rangers scored 3 unanswered to make it 5-2. The A's didn't have a hit from the fourth inning on. This is last night. And it felt a lot like last night's game. It never felt like we were going to threaten. It never felt like we were going to compete for the lead. And to your point, my A's bias, to your point, the batters were swinging early. The first bat of the game was okay. It was 6 pitches to Butler. He flied out lazy to left. 4 pitches to Langoliers. 2 pitches to Rooker. Soderstrom, 4 pitches. The second inning, Wilson on 3 pitches. Blade, what is going on with Blade? God! Cortez, 2 pitches. Blade struck out on 4 pitches. Hernandez, 2 pitches. Geloff, 5 pitches. Butler, first pitch homer. Langoliers, 3 pitches. Rooker, first pitch homer. Soderstrom, first pitch. Wilson, second pitch. Yeah, so it looked like we were attacking early. Hernandez, first pitch. Geloff, three pitch strikeout. Langoliers had a long at bat. Rooker, first pitch. 2 pitches, but it looked like, yeah, that was the game plan. I don't know if that was the game plan or not, but we definitely were swinging early. I think Kurtz being out really affects them. Not going to lie. He's one of the guys that you have to watch hit. Of course, anytime you don't have a Nick Kurtz in your lineup, Angelo, it's going to affect you for sure. But does it change the outcome of the last 2 games? I don't know. Maybe not. We looked dead yesterday when Kurtz was on the field. We didn't look like we were satisfied with the sweep over the Tigers, and we were cool with this series. Whatever happens, happens. We didn't really have a whole lot of sense of urgency in either game. We weren't competing. That's my opinion. So back-to-back losses like this make you reconsider offseason moves regarding pitching? Not really. It's the same. I wouldn't reconsider anything. I mean, if someone's out there, like I said, I think we got to improve the bullpen. But as far as spending money, $15 million for a Patrick Corbin or whatever it is, or 2 years, $18 million for a Quan Quattrell, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. But I think we definitely need to do something with the bullpen, for sure. But as far as starting pitching, I just don't think there's much out there. And also, who knows what's going to happen with the CBA and all that good stuff. But yeah, going into next year, when I look at our starting pitching, I still like who we have as far as starters. You got Severino, you got Springs, you got Jacob Lopez. Of course, this is hopefully they're healthy. Luis Morales, JT Ginn, that sort of thing. Badeau's not going to be the guy. Jeffrey Springs wasn't bad last night. Bullpen for the most part in this second half has been good. Tonight they weren't, obviously. I don't think pitching, I think if the Rangers score 3 runs, we lose 3-2. Eye test, forget the hit and runs. Barnett stuff seems a little underwhelming. G-Dub, I don't, I said it this morning on this morning show, and I've talked about Mason Barnett all year long. I've seen maybe 16, 17 of his starts in Vegas. He's the same. He has gotten rocked every single time. Every single one of his starts in Vegas has been like tonight. I'm not surprised at all. I was surprised at the first inning, to be honest. But no, I'm not surprised at all. I said it in this morning's show. He was going to get hit hard. He was going to get hit hard and often. And I was hoping I would be wrong because my predictions have not been very accurate. But unfortunately, this one was. Blade's confidence from hitting AAA pitching last about 2 weeks. Gee, yeah. Woo! Woo! You're telling me, Angelo. God, man. Like, I've wanted JJ Bleday to do so good since we traded for him. He just looks the part of a 3-hitter, man. It's just painful, ain't it? You're totally right. The inconsistency has been there all year long. It looks like they're shutting down early for the end of the season. If that's the case, next season doesn't look much better. You're right. Yeah. And I said it. I said it the other day. I was cautiously optimistic, right? You got to remember, July and August of 2024, we were 29 and 21. This year, with one game left, we are 28 and 22. So, last year they had a horrible September. This year's shaping up to be a horrible September. Cortez should replace Butler. Cortez should replace Bleday. I mean, at least Butler hit the ball today. Had a homer. What's Bleday done? You know? But, you know, as I said, I've been saying with regard to the outfield, if I had to choose an outfield for next year, it's going to be left field Soderstrom, Denzel, and Butler to platoon in center. And in right, it's either going to be Bleday and Colby Thomas or Cortez and Colby Thomas. When I get back, do you guys does this feel like another long losing streak? Or am I just imagining that? I hope I'm imagining it. But it has the feel of another long losing streak. Think about it. Tell me what you think. I'll see you in 2 minutes. The NFL season is almost here, and FanDuel is making sure you are ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer right now. New customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. I love using FanDuel because it fits however you would like to bet. Player props, building a same-game parlay, or even jumping in live as the action unfolds. It makes every game more exciting, whether you are watching your team or just keeping an eye on your fantasy lineup. It's quick, easy, and the best way to add a little more energy to Sundays. So are you ready to play? Download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. Hey, A's fans, are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code SEASON and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. You could make up to $300 a year just from buying the gas you already needed. At first, I thought it was too good to be true, but it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app now using my limited time promo code SEASON for a limited time 25 cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code SEASON. Offers may vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions. Oh, whatever happened to Luis Medina? I remember he was supposed to have frontline starter stuff. He had Tommy John surgery. Last start last year was in July. It was in Boston. After that, Tommy John surgery has been out ever since. And that's why people always say, hey, let's sign pitchers. Let's buy this. Let's trade for pitchers. I don't want to. And that's part of the reason. In my opinion, you got to build pitching from within. Because when a hitter gets hit or a position player gets hurt, it's like 3 to 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. When it's a pitcher, it's like 2 years. It's 2 years. And there's still no real idea when Medina is going to come back. It's supposed to be in spring training. But yeah, he has that type of electric stuff. Same thing with Ken Waldichuk, right? Brady Basso, same type of deal. You just don't know when they're going to be back and how they will respond. And again, we're talking about lower level guys that aren't really getting paid. But I mean, shoot, you look at all the guys that are getting paid. Chris Sale, who was hurt forever. Tyler Glasnow, Blake Snell, Cole Burns from Baltimore. Jeez, it seems like every month or every other week someone's getting Tommy John. It's too bad. Got the winter. Yeah, you know what? That's it. It's winter time for me. You're right, Journey. That's it. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done. That's it. No playoffs. No nothing. Playoffs are dead. Finally. Thank God. If the pitching's going to suck, I see. Last time I felt this good after that third game of the Detroit game was game 1 when we blew out the Dodgers in LA. It's the last time I felt real similar to this. And yeah, it has the same type of feel, doesn't it? Bullpen stinks. Starting pitching hasn't been very good. Hitting looks dead. I hope not. It's not going to get easier for us. We got DeGrom tomorrow. I can't imagine us winning that game. I can't imagine us winning that game. Hernandez was tested a few times tonight. I would like to see how Harris handles himself there. Harris needs to hit. I have all the confidence. We've seen Harris already make some great plays over there at third, but Harris has to hit. Harris isn't hitting right now. Disappointed too, because I'm a big Brett Harris guy. What is Brett Harris batting since he's been called up? It's not good, I'll tell you that. Hernandez has kind of gotten a little bit of a tanker as well. Brett Harris 222, and Hernandez is at 242. Geloff, you guys like Geloff, 116. JJ, Jesus, JJ, unreal, man. Back down to 206. It doesn't fail with that kid. Badeau got his ERA, 5.73. He's tearing it up. Newcomb really is only first bad outing in a long time. I mean, Newcomb gave up 2 runs. Badeau gave up 2 runs. I mean, what are you going to do? It's a bummer deal. But, hey, I'm interested to see how JT Ginn does tomorrow. I think it's a big start for Ginn. Maybe we could suck some pitches out of DeGrom. I'm interested to see how our approach is tomorrow at the plate. Are we going to continue to swing at first pitches? And that might be the game plan as well. The last guy you want to really get in 2 strikes is DeGrom. But yeah, it's going to be tough to get DeGrom tomorrow, man. To be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing Blade, Geloff, or Harris again. I think you will see them all tomorrow. I think you will all see them all tomorrow. I don't know if you'll see Harris. You might against a right-hander. I think I think Cortez will be back out there. But here's the deal, though. So you're going to have, since we have a game on Monday, you're going to have Rooker in the outfield. You're not seeing. You're going to have Rooker in the outfield. You're going to have Langoliers DH because we got a game on Monday. So they're not going to have, and you're going to have McIver in there as well. So who else can play center? Maybe Colby in center, maybe Cortez, maybe back to Butler. I think they'll probably go back to Butler out there in center. You go Rooker in right, Soderstrom in left. That means Blade sits. Who knows? You meant not seeing him again. Okay. I want you have to play Geloff. You have to play Geloff every single day. And what's the point of bringing him up, right? You don't bring him up just to sit him. If you were going to do that, just keep him down in AAA. So you have to play Geloff every single day. No, McIver's been doing okay. McIver's just doing fine. For a backup catcher, he's fine. I mean, it's not the numbers you're looking for, 224. Hey, but what do you really want out of a backup catcher? He's torn up in Vegas. He has big hits. Austin Wynns wasn't batting much better than that. So it's a backup catcher. What are you going to do, Nick? Not a whole lot of backup catchers are tearing it up. Is Kurtz back in tomorrow? No, Kurtz will still be out. They're playing it. So the MRIs came back clean. So he's okay there. But the A's just still take it cautiously. He won't be playing tomorrow. But I do expect him back on the road trip. Maybe in St. Louis on Monday. I miss wins. What changed from Geloff's first year when he was good to now? He hit home runs. He hit home runs that back. You got to remember that first year, it wasn't the whole first year. It was the second half. So you could almost compare Geloff's second half to Lawrence Butler's second half, right? They both tore it up in the second half. You expect big things from him the next year, and here we are. What surprised me about both of them is the strikeouts. It's very similar. It's a great point you bring up, Angelo, as far as Geloff. You made me think of that. Geloff and Lawrence Butler are very, very similar. 2023, second half, Geloff tore it up. Comes back 2024. What's his big issue? Strikeouts. Hitting the low 200s, 210, 215. Lawrence Butler, last year, second half, tears it up. This year, strikeouts. I think Geloff led the American League last year in strikeouts. Lawrence Butler's top 10 right now in strikeouts. And both hitting about 215, 220. Scary, very eerily similar are both Butler and Geloff. So, I don't know, man. Anyway, guys, 105 first pitch tomorrow. Got an exciting week ahead. Got doing a Locked On crossover with the host of Locked On Cardinals on Monday morning. Tune in for that. That'll be fun. And I think it's coaching. I think coaches are in the ear saying, we don't care if you strike out. I don't disagree with that. I think that's how baseball is, though, my A's. I don't know if you can really point that in the direction of the A's, right? I think that's just baseball in general and the directions it's gone. Baseball's turned into such a power game. Throw as hard as you can, swing as hard as you can. Sucks. So one thing about baseball, it sucks. So I'm rooting for the Brewers this year. I want the Brewers to win it all because they play an old school type of baseball. Butler can turn me from a fan to a foe. Yeah. Well, the thing with Butler last year, and it's something he admitted himself, was his attitude. And he addressed it. He said his attitude was an issue, and he said he straightened it out when he went down to Vegas last year. His attitude was great second half last year, but he was also successful. It's easy to have a great attitude when you're successful. I love Hernandez's effort, RD. I mean, for me, Hernandez is playing hard on every single play, no matter where you stick him, man. I like Hernandez. I like Hernandez a lot, man. I think he's doing a hell of a job. He almost had a homer tonight. He got robbed of a homer tonight by Langford. Basically took it away from him. Cortez played really well. I love the way Hernandez is playing. I love that he's playing any position you ask of him. He's doing everything he can. I think Hernandez is doing a hell of a job. I like him, but he missed a few plays. I'm sure he did. I don't recall at the top of my mind which ones he did. You got to remember he's also playing three different positions on the infield, right? He's playing third, he's playing short, he's playing second. He's like another, he's a better version of Max Schumann, is what Darell Hernandez is. You're not going to get, don't expect a ton from Hernandez. That's what he is, though. He's a better version of Max Schumann. He's not going to turn the page. He's not going to make a difference. He's not going to move the needle. But he's somebody you need on your team. He's somebody you need on your team, man. Anyway, fellas, appreciate you guys always coming by. A hell of a day in college football today. Ohio State beat the Longhorns. There was a lot of good games, but unfortunately, I'm just a sicko for baseball, which the only thing I cared about was the A's, and glad I spent 10 hours looking forward to that absolute just mess. A lot of pain, guys, a lot of pain. But 105, first pitch tomorrow. It's DeGrom, man. It's DeGrom. I think he takes Geloff's spot when Max gets back. I'm not giving up on Geloff yet. Like I said, I think Geloff does, from here to the end of the year, he needs to play every single day. Geloff needs to play we got to find out exactly what we're getting from Geloff, what he is. And he needs to get every opportunity. Otherwise, hey, why even call him up in the first place if you're not going to play him? So I think Geloff needs to play every single day. But yeah, absolutely. For sure. I'm not there yet. He needed to do something a little bit more with the bat, right? He needs to be more of a bat. He's there defensively. There's no question about it. I was thinking that too, and I'd be disappointed if they don't give him the same opportunity they're giving Geloff. And I'm disappointed that he's not getting more reps at third. I'm disappointed Colby Thomas isn't getting more reps out there. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, guys. Anyway, but good point, RD. Yeah, I hope not. But I see what you're saying. I hope not. Because I'm a big Brett Harris guy all year. That's all I've been talking about. I like it, RD. I like it. Hey, our moods will sure change if we beat DeGrom. Because I had us winning the first 2 games of the series and losing tomorrow. So who knows? Hey, you guys have a good rest of the Saturday night. Appreciate you guys joining on and hopping on and talking a little A's. Frustrating night, obviously. 9-3 loss. Let's avoid the sweep tomorrow. Got the Cardinals starting on Monday. We'll see what happens. Take care, guys. What a huge day of college football as Ohio State takes down Texas at the Horseshoe. And it's another big moment on Locked On. College football fans, Locked On and Fire TV present College Football Kickoff, your ultimate college football weekly preview. Drake Toll of Locked On Big 12 leads the conversation alongside 2-time AP Coach of the Year Gary Patterson, former college star Jesse Hawley, and Locked On's local experts. A college football preview only Locked On can do. Catch College Football Kickoff every Thursday throughout the season, only on Fire TV.